Now it's time for Movie Friends with your hosts Michelle and Seth. We're talking film without pretension. We're finding cats that are unexpected. We'll watch a movie, film, or schmovie, and we want you to join our journey. So subscribe and share this podcast, or this might just be the last of the Movie Friends. We're movie friends. We want to be your movie friends.
Hey, welcome to Movie Friends. I'm here with my friend Michelle Rubenstein, who comes from a very nervous little community.
And I'm here with my friend Seth Vargas, who sat on my hat. Rude.
You don't wear hats, do you?
I do. I wear baseball
You
hats.
do,
Yeah,
just not around me.
I mean, are you
Because I would
offended?
sit on them.
Wow.
I'm not offended. No.
Yeah, like every time I go for a walk outside, I wear a hat, keep the sun off my face.
Okay.
Go to the beach, I wear a hat.
Okay.
In the
Is
winter.
it a big hat? Is it a floppy hat?
Not as
Come on,
floppy as I would
spell
like.
it out for the audience.
No, it's just boring. I mean, it's a boring hat. Not as floppy as I'd like. It's a boring hat, guys. Although I am bummed because I had a white baseball hat that had a little Bigfoot emblem, and I lost that hat. And I'm bummed. I need to replace that.
I saw a hat the other day that made my heart leap.
Oh.
Do you know the white? It's like it's old white, maybe ceramic. I don't know. And it has like the blue flowers, like a casserole dish or something.
Yes, of course.
Yes. This was a white hat with that garland of blue flowers. And I saw it and my brain just like flipped inside my head. And I was like, I need that hat. Anyway, what's going on?
Well, I'm excited because we got a new patron.
Bum, 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 bum.
Woo!
Dun, 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 dun. That's very exciting. Who? Tell me.
James, welcome to our Patreon. Thank you for your support.
Wow. Holy cow. Should we write a little song for him?
So funny you say that, because this morning when I saw the notification, I was like,
wait,
wow.
Really?
No, I'm not even kidding you. I was like, we should make jingles for the patrons because maybe that'll entice people to join so then they get a little song about them. I didn't actually write one, so I was like, we could just write one on air.
Okay. But then what about everyone who's already signed up? Do we have to do a backlog of songs?
You know what? Like,
I know. You have a fun idea, and then it's like it gets ruined by...
Not that I don't love them, right? But this is like a special incentive. Okay. Like stores have sales.
Right.
So our sale is that you get a jingle.
Okay.
How wonderful.
Right. But we didn't do it, so...
Well, not yet.
Sorry, James.
James. Go, James.
I would go a different route. I would go James. Doom, doom, doom. You are our best friend now. You are our best friend now. James. Yeah. That was a flute, but it sounded like an underwater fart.
I was going for flute. Seth saw me mime a flute. But... Well, there you go.
Hey, thank you, James, so much. Hey, by the way, folks, what are we talking about even? What does this even mean? Well, guess what? We are a podcast and you can support us. Okay. There's a website called Patreon. You go to it. You find us, patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. You sign up. Look, folks, inflation doesn't exist in movie friend land. Okay. It's $5 a month. That's it forever. Michelle and I will never raise the price. We'll never do anything, really.
We're just terrible business owners.
It's set in stone, okay? $5 a month. You sign up, okay? Comes out of your account every month. You don't notice it, but we do. It makes all the difference in the world to us. And it's just lovely and nice. And you get access to our Discord. you get access to voting on monthly themes like the one that we're currently in, and once a month, a movie that we cover. Other shows have to do this, right? Like, we can't be the only one.
We're not the only ones.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to say, no, we are.
Yeah, we
Just lie.
totally are. We totally are.
No
only
one
get
else is
it
doing
here.
this, folks.
You only get it here. It's like
And
when
then
you
we also
elbow
have-
me and I have to give the answer.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Duh, right.
Seth is a great guy. That's what I meant to say. And then, yeah, our additional episodes. I just did an episode, actually, with our friend Paul Scoochslam on the Peter Farrelly film Ricky Stenicki, starring John Cena, which I never would have seen. And guess what? It's funny.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome. You just said a lot of words that I've never heard before, so cool.
Okay. Wow. Well, other than that, I think that's it. We're done. This whole
That's it.
episode, you know what? This episode's just going to be called James.
James!
You're our best friend.
Jingle
You're
James.
our best friend now.
James is jingle. And then we're like, dee, 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 some bells. Anyway, we should move on because this is just,
Okay, well, I had something going on this week.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even ask you. What's going on?
I mean, who can think when James comes to town?
That's what I'm saying. I'm so distracted.
You know, like,
This is Giant J.
what are we doing today? What is this? A movie podcast? I don't know. Okay. I dropped my kid off at piano camp. I call it piano camp, but it's really just music camp.
Mm-hmm.
After we put the sheets on his bed, he wanted to go find a practice room to practice in before his auditions started. So we go down into like the basement of a basement to like the furthest room down a very, very long hallway into a concrete soundproof room that's just a door and a piano. You know what I mean? Nothing. So we're in there for an hour. So he's like, okay, I think I'm good now. Let's go. We get up, locked door.
This is a horror movie.
It became one.
Oh, my God.
I'm trying the door. He's trying the door. There's just like one little glass pane on the window. I'm knocking, but I'm like, we are so far away from like anyone.
So how'd you get out?
We tried the door a little harder and got out.
Oh. Oh.
But I swear we were locked in. Like, I know
Sure.
how to open a door. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Mhm.
something happened, Anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting stuck indoors, how's that for a transition?
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're talking about The Ladies' Man from 1961. This is directed by Jerry Lewis, written by Bill Richmond, Jerry Lewis, and kind of Mel Brooks. But, Edited by Stanley E. Johnson, cinematography by W. Wallace Kennedy, composed by Walter Scarf, costume design by the great, the legendary, the reason that we are here this month, folks, Edith Head. Edith, you're our best friend.
Same song, sub name.
Okay, starring Jerry Lewis, Kathleen Freeman, Helen Traubel, Pat Stanley, and Buddy Lester. Now, this movie was made for about $3 million. I saw some different figures, 2.7 to 3.1. Makes $8 million at the box office, and I could not find the total production days.
It's hard to find any production behind the scenes stuff on this movie.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah, it is because it's such a spectacle, which we'll get into. But yeah, where's all the information? I don't understand.
I don't know. Hey, you know where I know that it isn't? But I'm going to have you put down your giant saucer of milk and read our summary.
Herbert H. Hebert is a young man that just graduated.
Okay. I'm going to mute my mic. All right. Start again. I'm going to mute my mic.
Herbert H. Hebert is a young man that just graduated valedictorian of his community college, only to discover that his longtime sweetheart, Faith, has taken up with another man. This betrayal shocks him into deep psychosis, where the presence of any woman causes him to lose control of his body and scream for his mother. He sets out from his hometown to find a job, preferably one without any woman involved. However, he accidentally takes a position as a houseboy for a boarding house of beautiful, talented women. Will Herbert overcome his fear of women? Will the women overcome Herbert himself? Is Herbert doomed to a life of bachelorhood, or will he finally become the ladies' man?
Herbert H. Hebert.
I have a pair of Herberts before my Hebert.
I have a pair of Herberts before my Hebert. Okay. This month, folks, July, we are covering films with costume design by Edith Head. This was nominated and voted in by our patrons. This is my pick for the month. And in looking at her filmography, which is so impressive. I mean, Please, before we get into Jerry Lewis, I just want to stop and again note Edith Head and her great contribution to film history and this movie. These costumes, please. Oh my God.
Yeah,
unreal.
So great. And also
Absolutely
different.
Unreal.
It's amazing. Yeah.
So for my pick, I had a lot of different options, a lot of different ways that we could go. You know, we haven't done what I would say is like a full-on, out-and-out American noir. I would say, you know, High and Low, Kurosawa's High and Low is definitely in there, you know? But we could have gone that direction. And when I remembered that The Ladies' Man is in this category, my search stopped. This is a movie that I watched like last year, I think. I realized I had never seen any Jerry Lewis films, and he was a major, major star. And so I was like, okay, I think I might be missing parts of, you know, film history here. I watched The Bellboy, and then I watched The Ladies' Man, and was like giddy, completely blown away, not just by how funny it is, but how well it's coordinated, the set. So I was like, I think Michelle will like this. Like every month when I get to my pick, it is my pick, you know, like don't feel bad. But my pick is always like, I kind of want Michelle to like a movie. So this is the one that I'm going to go with.
Yeah.
If you can. Now, on this show, you and I always say, we don't really talk about the movie that much. You and I talked about this movie a lot this week.
We did.
So I kind of already know how you feel. But for listeners, can you please describe your first viewing experience?
Well, I had no idea what I was going into. You know, last week at the end of the show, you asked, what do I think of Jerry Lewis? And I was like, oh, the telethon guy, right? Yes. And also like, hey, lady, like that's just what I think of. And I know he's a big name in comedy and he was successful, but really never watched any of his films or watched any of his comedy. And so, you know, I knew it was from 1961. And you said you wanted to do something in color so we could see the costumes of Edith Head. So I was like, okay, great. So I sit down, and as soon as it starts, the credits with the opening of the book.
I
was just like, whoa. Mm-hmm. I am like instantly like, oh, okay. Like literally heart eyes just like coming on. I'm like, I don't care what I watch for the next hour. And so this is, I'm obsessed with this. And then we get the title to set us up of where we're taking place. Welcome to Milltown, a very nervous little community. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is funny. Uh-huh. And then we get into it. And so like I said, I didn't know what to expect. And this was like so far from what I was expecting in every way possible. It was a very pleasant surprise. Doesn't like, but I'm conflicted on how I feel about it, to be honest with you. Mm-hmm. Like on one hand, it is such a treat for your eyes, and the set design is like top tier to me. Like this house is mind blowing. And then I feel like the story and the plot is very weak. And while I find some bits very funny, other bits I'm like, ew, you're gross. I'm just so like, who hurt you? Like, do you hate women? Because I'm getting that. And
yes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. So that's where I'm like, wow, but then like, we didn't have to have it look this good, for this stupid movie. It is stupid.
Right.
But it looks so, I'm like blown away of how good this movie looks.
Yes.
It's like,
it's disproportionate.
Two ends of the spectrum. That's personally how I feel.
Yeah.
But I had a good time.
Very good.
I had a good time, and it's like stuck in me, just like inspiration and stuff. So, yeah.
So this reminded me a bit of our Cleopatra episode. So much of Cleopatra is about the huge deal that Elizabeth Taylor gets and the amount of money that she makes off it and the power that she kind of held over the studio at the time. I pulled this quote from an article in The Guardian. In 1959, at the age of 33, he, being Jerry Lewis, signed a 7-year contract with Paramount for $10 million, the largest contract of its kind between a studio and performer at the time.
Wow.
And so this is a few years before Cleopatra, where Elizabeth Taylor would get $1 million plus 10% of the gross ticket sales. So this is a time when the Hollywood contract is expanding and getting bigger and more lavish. And Jerry Lewis makes The Bellboy, which he wrote. I saw him quote a few different numbers in different places, but the one that I wrote down was, in 9 days, he claims he wrote 163 pages for The Bellboy.
By himself.
You and I wrote a script with each other, once a month, 2 times a month, then once a week. That ended up being how many pages? 74, 76?
When all, 70, 76,
Yeah.
70, yeah.
So can you fathom 100? Is he on cocaine? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. But just by yourself, busting that out.
Yeah.
It's unreal. It's insane.
Yeah.
So his follow-up is, so that movie makes a bunch of money, and his follow-up is The Ladies' Man. And he just pulls out all the stops, gets 2 sound stages to build this set. There's a shot when the camera pulls back and we're seeing it, and the lens can't even capture the whole thing. There's still some cut off on the left side.
What I want to know and want to hear, and if someone is listening and is a fan I need to understand the vision behind to do it this way.
Yes.
I need to understand, like, I want to build this. And so we see all these rooms. Like, what I need to understand, not that I just saw, I need, like, how did you come up with this vision? And then to work with the team to build it, because truly, like, it saved time on filming the movie because I didn't have to do all these setups because it's already set up.
Yep.
Every room is lit and sound, is set up for sound. And there's like mixing boards for each, and you can control. I mean, it's an insane. It's insane.
Awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah. Like,
it's awesome.
What a feat. Yeah.
So this also reminded me of when we talked about Rear Window.
Yeah.
And obviously, the set of Rear Window being one stage, and then Hitchcock having microphones and, being able to direct everybody at different times, and just the feeling that set gives you when you watch the film. But I feel like this is better.
Yeah, I mean,
not a better movie,
correct. It's not a better movie.
But I feel like he's like, okay, let's take Rear Window and just make it a little more, a little bit more.
This is like Barbie's dream house. It's
Absolutely.
it's a literal, like, we're building a dollhouse and controlling the rooms inside and down to every detail and color and yeah.
Right. And so is it that simple? Is it as simple as this is what the movie's about, and so we're gonna put the women in a dollhouse?
I don't think so. Because it's so grand. I don't think it's as simple as that.
Okay.
Unless it is. Are you going to tell me?
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I was obsessed this time around with the see-through mirrors.
Oh my God. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't even have to say it, do I?
No. No.
As we're panning through the house and we're seeing the women getting ready, all of their mirrors aren't real. It's just the frame so that we can see through the frame at the women.
Yeah. So
what a detail.
What a
and
detail.
What a choice.
Yes. And now it's like, oh, this feels like a stage play.
Correct. Very much so.
Yeah.
And it's surreal.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have characters who are pretending to look into mirrors. They're not there, but they're pretending that they're there and we can see them. And so not quite right off the bat, because that's not how the movie opens. And there's a little bit of silliness, I should say, before he gets to the house. But it is kind of like opening the house is this, it's not reality. It's a surreal experience.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to the very, very beginning, I love a good opening gag.
Mm-hmm.
And this has a good closing gag too. So we get a title card that comes up. The picture you're about to see is not true. Only the names have been changed because the lawyers worry a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Those are good.
And then the end credits say, I didn't write this one down verbatim, but it's something like, we wish to thank all of the armed forces, but only if they paid to see the movie.
Yeah.
So it's two gags that have nothing to do with the plot, but you have this, comedic mind of Jerry Lewis that's kind of working overdrive. And there's so many jokes. And like you said, there's a lot of bits that kind of don't really work, but then there's a lot that do.
Right.
And it is like a cartoon. It's like a live action cartoon.
Yeah.
And I mean, one of my favorite things that I was like, I need to make a mental note of this so that Michelle and I can put it in our surreal comedy that we're writing, where he gets freaked out and runs out of the room, and there's 3 of him that run out, and then other versions of him start running, and the camera's far enough away, and it is a cartoon effect. Like, it's something that only could be done in a cartoon, and then here it is happening in real life.
Yeah. Yeah.
So did you find this inspiring for you?
I did. Yeah.
What about it was inspiring for you?
Definitely just the house, like the whole aesthetic of it and just creating in general. And also, like you said, what you mentioned of like, how can I write things down, for future projects?
Yeah.
The use of music is so good. And the use of sound effects, the sound effect that was played, it was like boom, boom, boom. When Katie was walking, I thought was so funny. Also, when Herbie was emptying his suitcase, like every piece of clothing he was throwing was paired with an instrument sound.
Oh, wow. I didn't see that.
And I thought it's just real good. Just real good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like, the hat gag went on for a while, but it's like, let's stay on that. Let's stay on that. And so, you and I think sometimes stay on things for a little too long.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But then you're like, no, we're going to stay on that. And you're going to sit with it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a few cuts where it'll cut to him like cleaning something.
Yeah.
And it's real short. It's like 15 seconds. Fade in, do the gag, fade out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think that every joke overstays its welcome.
No.
The hat, I really want to talk about the hat. I really, really, really want to talk about that. I don't know if we should save it, but
I mean, it's kind of all over the place. Is it? Do you have to go in order for the plot of this movie? I don't know.
No, not at all. Okay, here's what I should say first, right off the bat. Jerry Lewis, not a good person.
No. Problematic.
Bad guy.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah.
I don't like him as a person, but I very much like this movie.
Yeah, and you can appreciate the artistry, the physicality. But for the overall tone of like what's being put down, like do you like it? Like you like this movie? Like that's where I'm conflicted, right? Because like I said, some of the bits are really funny. I find the women very funny.
Yes.
The aesthetics and the set design are amazing. There's things that he does that are funny, but then like the overall of just this whole like needing to be neat, it gives me the ick. It like really kind of grosses me out.
That's interesting because I feel the opposite.
Well, because you're a man.
I feel the opposite.
And you like to be needed. And so do I. Human beings like to be needed. I guess it's not that part. It's just like some of these things where I guess that like him sitting in the high chair, I did not like, but maybe that's just a kink I'm not personally into. So
well, okay, but I don't think it's going into that
I don't know
territory.
I don't know.
I think that works because Kathleen Freeman, he's going to all these other places to get a job. And at each door, it's like a young, beautiful lady. And then at this door, it's Kathleen Freeman. And the joke is, oh, here is someone who like looks like a mom. I'm safe with, and he literally says like, I'm safe here, right?
Totally.
And then her relationship to him is like semi, I might be into you, but like also we're coworkers and also like I'm kind of taking care of you.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't as clear cut as just like, I'm in love with you or I hate you.
I didn't think she was in love with him.
You didn't think there was a little bit of flirtation between the two
Katie?
of them? Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Ooh. No, it was more like babying him. Like, again,
yeah.
I just...
Well, so that's like the baby chair. Okay, the reason I like that gag, because she's feeding him. And it's like, okay. And you know me, I don't like loud comedy.
I know.
Like this type of thing, not my cup of tea at all.
Right.
At all. But what I love about it is it's so stupid and it's so absurd. And he's like, no, I don't want it. And then at the very end, he's like, hey, give me one more just for good luck.
Right. No, like that. Yeah.
And repeatedly throughout the film, he will kind of comment on what's happening in like a more sly way beyond like it's not fully like he breaks character and looks at the audience and says, gee, folks, isn't this zany? But he'll kind of do it in character.
Yeah.
And I loved that. Every time they do that, I love that.
Yeah.
I do kind of I think that the message of the movie gets so washed out by the loudness of everything else happening. But the idea, when he talks with Faye, he's just being nice to her as a person. I feel at that moment he's not flirting with her like in any way, and she's not really flirting with him in any way.
No.
And then Faye's speech to him at the end about like, yes, we did want to keep you here because we wanted to use you, but now we just want to keep you here because you're nice and nice people are needed everywhere. I did think that. You don't think so?
No, for sure. It's just like you took this job, you were hired.
Yes. Why are we bringing humanity into it?
No, that's not what I mean. But like, also, I didn't see enough of like him wanting to leave. There were like 2 times where we didn't see the emotion from him. And then that's me. I'm trying to add layers to this very stupid movie.
Yes. Right. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, the first time around, I was like, yeah, this is kind of just a movie about a guy who's very sexist.
Mm-hmm.
But then this time around, I don't know. I was like, I think there is actually a point to this. It's just so washed out and a little shoehorned in at the end. I mean, the whole, like, I'm leaving and then them asking him to stay and then Faye talking to him. It's like, 2 minutes out of the whole runtime to be like, oh no, wait, hold on. There is a point here.
Yeah.
Someone will learn and grow. It's just only in this 2-minute span. So,
yeah.
But they didn't even have to do that. Like, they could have just ended on a joke. So
correct. Well, they kind of did, because then the lion walks into frame.
Right. Which
did not work for me.
No. Not a good joke.
If you're starting with the sounds of a lion and then fine, we get the reveal of the basset hound, totally fine, right? But there's a lot of tonal change here. It's like, oh, baby, we're scared of baby. Oh, it's just baby, no big deal. Look at the basset hound, no big deal. Where's the big collar? And then, oh my God, baby's loose, and now we're freaking out. It's like, pick a lane. I can't. And then the lion, I'm like, this is, and like, how much money did you pay to have this lion walk on set? Holy moly.
Yes. Apparently, Lewis had a gun in his pocket in case the lion.
Love to hear that. No, thank you. Like, even, oh my God. See, that did not work. I'm like, we're backtracking on this. That did not.
Right.
It just was not a good end to that joke.
Right. No, it's
too much.
Well, there's, like I said, there's some surreal stuff in here, but this is like, it's too far.
It's just stupid. It just doesn't work.
Not that everything makes sense, because of course things don't have to make sense.
Yeah.
I guess okay, how is this? That one isn't a smart joke. That's a random joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Where all the other jokes feel like that's kind of smart.
Yeah.
When when he's talking to George Raft and he's like, hey, I wasn't just a gangster. I did some dancing too. And he's like, yeah, I saw you do those things. Yeah. I mean, I saw him do those things. Yeah. And then the woman that is meeting George Raft comes out of her room. And just as she does, George Raft is like grabbing onto Herbert. He's like, please dance with me. I thought that was pretty.
That was funny. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was funny. There's like lots of little things. I sent this to you, but when Katie's playing charades with the girls, she says it's going to be 23 words. That's really funny. I mean, that is so quick. You mix, when they're going to film Miss Welland, which again, that name, what a great name.
Please.
And they're miking her and they just wrap a mic around her neck. That's funny. That's really funny.
Yeah. Naming a character Mrs. Welland. And then every time he says her name, it's like a different mispronunciation of Welland.
Right.
That is also funny. Yeah.
It's very funny.
Because you think the joke is saying the funny name. Like, you don't name someone a funny name and then not use it. That's crazy.
Right.
But that's what they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you said that there were some bits that you were like, we know the high chair. Do you know any other ones that you were just not into?
I thought the going to feed baby and then like getting splashed in the face, like I thought was kind of stupid. That and then yelling out Ma, that kind of just did nothing for me. Yeah.
I think that the movie is very funny. And then it is really not.
Yeah.
And then it comes back around.
Yeah.
And then it ends in a really unfunny place. Like, I would say kind of up until his conversation with Faye, where she's crying. And it feels like the movie just like completely comes to a stop. Not that scene isn't good. Because I thought it was good. I actually thought that Lewis was kind of doing good acting in it. And Pat Stanley is doing good as Faye. I think it's a good scene, but it just, the movie hits a brick wall after that. All of the TV stuff, I kind of didn't like.
I agree. The only thing I like was the shot of, we have the TV in the foreground and Miss Welland is coming up getting ready to come up the stairs to sit in the chair. And we're watching that all unfold on the TV. So it's like we're watching Like we're essentially watching a television, which is watching a television of what's coming.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good shot.
Well, I mean, technically speaking,
Yeah,
the
technically
movie's
speaking, it's
so much better. Like you said, there's no reason for it to look like this.
Yeah. That's why I'm like, why? I mean, again, unless this is just like how his mind works and what he wanted to do, but like, what was the inspiration behind this?
Right.
Where do I find this?
Well, I mean, Mel Brooks
Mm-hmm.
works on an early draft of the movie. I saw that only 2 of the scenes that he wrote ended up in the final version. I don't know which ones.
Yeah.
But Brooks can be big and lavish and extravagant in some of his set ideas. You know, we think about his first film and his show at the end of The Producers with, you know, when you and I talked about The Producers, which is a movie that one of us loved.
I know.
But
Such choice words about that, didn't I?
But when you get to Springtime for Hitler, it's kind of undeniable in its like gross, such bad taste, exuberance, and like the bigness of the joke.
Yeah.
So, you know, it could be that, but I think that Singing in the Rain is such an obvious inspiration for my favorite scene throughout the movie. Triple H will go to knock on doors, and Kate always says to him, "Oh, no, not that door, never that door. That's Miss Cartilage." So towards the end of the film, he finally goes into Miss Cartilage's room. Can you walk me through what you are thinking and what you are feeling as this unfolds?
I was just like, finally, like my eyes are, because I want to go behind that door. Like, why can't we go in that room, right? So we finally go in the room and it's all white. And so I'm just looking at all the different whites in the room. And then we have this figure just hanging like Spider-Man dressed in black. And then the reveal of her face. And you're just like, you know, this is what I want to wear. Talking about going to a party where you're dressed of like an obscure random character from a movie.
Oh my God.
This is it. This is what I want to go.
Being Miss Cartilage from the Ladies' Man for a Halloween party.
Or like the movie would say, no one would know.
No one would know. No one would know who you were. And then you'd have to, every time someone's like, "Who are you?" You'd be like, "Wait." And then have someone there to grab your ankles and like lift you up a little and then slowly turn you.
Right. And then like have to make my house all white and then perform. Wow.
It's insane. It's unreal. And it's totally lifted from Singing in the Rain. Sylvia Lewis plays Miss Cartilage in this movie. And in Singing in the Rain, she is the woman in the tango number in the green dress.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Which is like, just that whole sequence is one of the best parts of one of the great movies of all time, right?
Yeah.
So they pull Sylvia Lewis in. This is so similar to that part in Singing in the Rain because it's a dream-like world. Gene Kelly kind of goes through this series of dream dances, whatever, and it's kind of like, well, where does that even really fit in with the movie? And it doesn't, but it's just an excuse to do this big opulent song and dance number. It's the exact same thing that happens here, but I think it does actually work in the story of the movie.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Kate says, "You can't go through that door. You can't go through that door. You know, that's the door that you can't go through." He goes through it. He goes through this just insane encounter with, I think, you know, Miss Cartilage, I think, is representing like a little bit of like the female mystique, a little bit of like female power, both seductive and commanding, and then like transformative. Like his clothes change. He starts dancing. You know, we've seen Herbert throughout the whole movie, like dusting glass and like knocking it over. Like he's like clumsy, but then he comes in here and he's like doing a whole song and dance number with her. And then he leaves, and I do think it's like a bit of a representation of like someone's journey from like, I hate women to actually like, no, I like women.
Yeah. And he says after along the lines of like, wow, the power of imagination.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I love this scene so much.
Yeah, it's
I love
great. It's really good.
It's like the reveal of Miss Cartilage. It is so scary and crazy and weird.
I don't think it's scary. You think it's scary?
A human hanging from the ceiling like a spider?
I see no ish with this. I love it. Not scary.
I mean,
I'm here for it.
Okay. I'm not like eep.
Okay.
I'm not like, oh no, I'm scared. But imagine you walk into a room and there's just this like lady hanging in the corner who then like slowly like slinks to the ground and then like gets up. Like that's not at all scary to you?
Well,
you would be like, hooray, clapping,
okay,
clapping, yay.
No, but also if I'm entering a room I'm not supposed to, you know, and it's an all-white room and I see a black, figure hanging as clearly in a costume, I would be like intrigued. Like, wow.
Well, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wow.
And what I like about it too is like it feels like such a different flavor than what we've experienced so far, because all of the women in the house, they're like nice and funny and they're like playing the trombone and like practicing their lines. I love the line reading scene.
Yeah.
She's role playing with him. He just keeps getting hurt. Oh my God. But yeah, it's just so different. And this time around, I was like, my God, what a choice, and what a creative choice.
Yeah.
Again, like the movie doesn't need to have this in it. He could have done a song and dance number with anyone in any room. And that's not what happens. This is the way that it happens. And it's just it.
Yeah, and it's not the only song and dance number. You know, like we mentioned earlier, he does a dance, and then we have these little vignettes of performances of him dancing, and then I Love A Touch of Paris, and there's a lot of like little moments like this happening. And again, it's like, why? Not that I'm mad about it, but like we didn't have to do this. Where'd you?
Yeah. Well, so for context, Lewis had been performing since he was 5 years old.
Yeah.
He does his first solo performance apart from his parents at 14. And his first act, like the first act that he developed and would do on his own, was a miming act where he would play popular records and then he would mime like a dance or just something along with it. And I thought about him, and I thought about Jim Carrey, and how Jim Carrey really gets his start doing impersonations and impressions and like using his face, and how like little bits of that trickle into different movies that he's made. So Lewis, he was part of the comedy duo Martin and Lewis with Dean Martin. And so they're doing songs and they're doing dances and they're doing comedic bits. So at the time, this isn't super far out of Lewis's public persona,
right,
of like a song and dance comedy guy. Okay, so did you like or did you not like the hat?
The gag?
Yeah.
The bit?
Yeah, the hat scene.
Oh, no, I liked it. No, I very much liked it. Yeah. No, I very much liked it. I thought it was very funny. And I like that we had, me commenting on the length of it is a positive thing, because like I said, let's stay on it. Let's see how long we can do this. And then for him to come back dressed all in white, and then it ends there. Like we don't do the whole song and dance again.
Yeah.
No, I thought that callback was perfectly timed and that worked.
Yeah. So the hat scene reminds me of Buster Keaton.
Yes. Yeah.
Steamboat Bill Jr. There's the hat scene in that, which is one of my favorite Buster Keaton gags. Folks, if you haven't seen a Buster Keaton film, What would you, Michelle, out of Steamboat Bill Jr. and Sherlock Jr., which of those two would you recommend you? Yeah,
Sherlock Jr. I was going to pull up because, when I was on my Buster Keaton kick, which I'm like, I should just go back. I mean, there was like a month straight where I was just binge watching.
You watched more Buster Keaton movies than I have.
I did.
In a very short amount of time. And I was like, wow, she's going for it.
These are just so relaxing to watch. And
yes.
Yeah, I actually, Seth, I don't know how to work Letterboxd or how to find my list. Like I'm never. Okay. Yeah. Sherlock Jr. I would say Sherlock Jr. Yeah. Okay. Well, me doing that wasted time. Please cut this. Where are we going with this?
But when you watch Sherlock Jr. and you say to yourself, my God, that was the best thing I've ever seen. And again, it's similar. Keaton is writing and directing and developing these things. And some of these have real artistic flair and weight to them beyond just like, let's do a funny gag.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, when you watch Sherlock Jr., folks, followed up with Steamboat Bill Jr., and you'll see the hat gag, which is one of my favorite things in all of comedy. And then this also reminded me of Duck Soup with the lemonade guy.
Yes. Yeah.
And I almost think that this scene surpasses both of those. It's just one of my favorite things. You have this guy who starts out, he's got a big scar. He's gruff. He's like, don't even look at her. Don't even think of her. Ugh. And you're kind of like, okay, how is Herbert going to get out of this one? It's like rock, paper, scissor. Scissor is never going to beat rock. You know what I mean? Like scissor has an application, right. But Herbert Hebert is not going to overcome gangster guy who's not playing a lawn. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And through the length of the joke, this gangster guy just becomes like totally reduced to nothing, to where he's just like
sweating and crying and
he's like, I like the brim down. And then he does it and he goes, I don't like it that way.
I can't see out of my left eye.
I can't see out of my left eye. And for you and for me, we're watching this. When he says, I can't see out of my left eye, do you think to yourself, was that ad-libbed or was it written? And which one is funnier?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is it funnier to be like, and then I'll pull it down just over his eye and you'll say this? And that's also funny. Or did Buddy Lester just go into that headspace and like pull it out?
I mean, I would love that, right?
Oh my God. And then when he starts combing his hair, I don't like it like that.
I mean, this is so stupid. It is so.
Yes. It doesn't make any sense.
It's so stupid, but no, this was very funny.
Yeah. So I think that might be my favorite scene.
Yeah.
What about, is it the opening for you? The ladies waking up?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the hat gag for me is my favorite gag.
Okay.
But that opening sequence, the morning, yes, that's my favorite. Yeah. It's like a feast. I can't. I really wish someone was in the room with me as this keeps happening. I watch all these movies by myself, and I'm just like looking around. I have my cats. I'm like, dude, is anybody seeing this? And then Aunt came home, and I was like, I have to show you this sequence because. And Aunt was like, "Oh wow," and I was like, "Yes, wow. What am I watching?"
He was impressed.
He was, yeah, he was.
Very good.
And he found it funny with the trombone how you think it's just part of like the score, and then you see the girl practicing the trombone.
Right.
It's really good. Yeah.
Diegetic,
right? Exactly.
So like I said, I don't love big comedy. But this works for me for some reason. And I think it's because it is so cartoony that it's like, would I be mad at Bugs Bunny in real life? Can you be mad at Bugs Bunny in real life? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, again, like I was thinking if this same story occurred in like a less appealing set, would I like it as much? Probably not. I probably would be like,
Yeah.
hey, the hat gag's funny.
Right.
Some of the
Right.
jokes are funny, but it's part of the camera work that we're doing. And it's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
I think that really adds to it.
Yeah. Right. So the possibly misogynistic plot is
Yeah.
not the highlight. It's taking away from the other really good stuff going on. And so
Yeah.
it's like, thank God that there's other really good stuff going on.
Right. Like I think the
Yeah.
female performances are really strong.
Again, Jerry Lewis, not a good guy. So I don't know how many hats I'm going to take off to Jerry Lewis, but hats off to Jerry Lewis for allowing these people. I mean, he's a huge star.
Yeah.
Huge star. And he's putting himself in scenes with hilarious, incredible performers.
Yeah.
Who are stealing these scenes from him.
For sure. For sure. I mean, was he an absolute POS on set? Who knows? Was he nasty to these women? But then again, I haven't seen any other movies, but he worked with Kathleen Freeman, it seems, on a lot of films. Did they have a good working relationship? Do you know? Did they have a good, or was it kind of just like contract based?
Yeah, I know. That's tough. I mean, look, I'm just going to say it. Several of his cast members came out and said that he assaulted them. And so I think that you can't really take anything and say it was one way, because you have this guy who is so powerful.
Yep.
And so wealthy and influential and celebrated and praised and all those things. And so, no, we can't know. We can't know what pressures were put on people. And we know that some existed. And so if some people spoke up, that means probably that a lot of other people didn't.
And we do talk about separating the art from the artist.
Yeah.
I struggle with that, and
course.
but some people are able to really do it. And so, like I said, with this, like I said at the top of the show, I struggle with this movie. When I first started, did I know what he was like? But then just watching it, I got like the ick. So
yeah.
It's like I knew before I even really dug into him, and I was like, ooh.
Right. Yeah. Now, okay, so what parts, if you could, what parts made you feel icky?
Well, again, just the overall, you're the only man in this movie of just being, you need to be wanted by women. It feels a little pathetic. Also, like I explained, him being in the high chair, the pleading, women pleading for you. It's just pathetic.
But they're pleading for him not because they actually want him. They're manipulating him.
No, I know, but it's right, but that gets into a guy's mindset of oh, this is what you want. It's just weak for me. It's just weak.
Yes. Kathleen Freeman, though.
So funny.
The great Kathleen Freeman, I would say. She's, I mean, if you don't think you know Kathleen Freeman, you definitely do. You definitely know her voice. I mean, listen, I'm just going to read off some of her credits here, folks. Singing in the Rain, okay? Hocus Pocus, Gremlins 2, Shrek. You ever hear of it? My personal favorite, Joe Dirt.
Wow.
Great character actor, very funny lady. And yeah, she worked with Lewis on several films. And I think there's a move when she's telling Herbert that she told Mrs. Mellon-Wellen that the glass animals that he instantly destroyed were so dirty that they had to be sent out to clean. They do this maneuver where they both kind of sit down at the same time and the camera kind of goes with them. And I was just like, she's such a good performer, and she really is just standing toe to toe with him. And I think, like I said, I really think that almost every scene that involves one of the women, they are the star of that scene.
I agree. I do agree with that. Yeah.
He's obviously the star of, falling and jumping and, like messing up his hair and his glasses and like, he's the star of the movie. But in every scene, boom, they are there and they're outshining him.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you, you're watching this movie. Herbert Hebert is announced as the valedictorian. He pops out of the crowd as if he's, in sync, coming out of the stage. Okay. So this college part, not super funny. He's talking with his parents. We don't see his mom. And then we see his mom. Can you describe for me what this is like for you?
Oh! That was it. Legitimately exclaimed out loud.
What is happening here? What is happening here?
Well, I mean, then it's like, okay, like I said, we opened the movie with like, this is a small, nervous little community. And then that, I was like, okay, we're setting a tone. This tone. And wow. So then I thought we were doing something else with this movie. Truthfully, at this point, it's such in the beginning. I was like, oh, is he going to be like dressing like every woman in this movie? Are we doing like
the lady man? Yeah.
Well, whatever. Is that where we're going?
Right. Like the Nutty Professor with Eddie Murphy.
And
except he's playing every woman.
Right. And so Jerry Lewis, he made the Nutty Professor. What version?
Yes,
how is
the Professor? It's awesome.
Is it?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's great.
Huh.
That's actually a really funny idea, though, Michelle.
I mean,
a movie where a guy, maybe he's trying to find love, and every woman that he dates is him.
Different, but yeah.
Yeah, but like dressed differently and playing different characters. Yeah. And it's a commentary on how really we're just looking to find ourselves. And when he really finds love, it's someone who isn't him.
Right. Or at the end, he learns that I just have to look within myself. And I actually do love myself because I have to love myself before I can be with anybody else first.
Okay. Now, I hear you, but
that's not a comedy.
Let me offer you this, though.
Sure.
That's the ending. He's in a hospital bed because, something crazy happened and he wakes up and he's having you were there and this is my big realization. This is my, there's no place like home.
Are we doing all that jazz right now?
No. Okay. So he says everything you just said. And then a doctor walks in and says, Mr. Vargas, I'm sorry to tell you that you have a mass on your brain that's been causing you to hallucinate for the last 3 weeks. And the guy goes, what? And he's like, yeah, it would cause, visual hallucinations. So, and the guy's like, wait, so I didn't learn the lesson I just learned? And the doctor's like, no, probably not. And he's like, okay. And then the movie ends. Not sold?
Not sold. Rewrite. Okay. Come back.
Okay. Do you have anything else?
I wrote down, I just need my food. I wrote down, I just need my shoe fixed. What do I mean by that? Why did I write that?
I don't know.
I think someone was looking for Herbie. One of the women were looking for Herbie to get her shoe fixed. Oh, and she responded in a sassy manner. And she's like, I just needed my shoe fixed. I thought that was funny, apparently.
Got it.
That's all I have.
Okay, really quick. I'm just going to run through several things that I thought were really great. The butterfly gag, be very careful with these butterflies. He opens it and they all fly away. Then he gets them all to come back. And I thought that was
that was funny. Good. That was good.
When he's talking with George Raft, and he says that he watches a lot of cops and robbers movies, and he says, but just one time I want to see the robbers win. And George Raft says, yeah, but crime doesn't pay. That was great because that is direct Hays Code slander. Folks, if you don't know what the Hays Code was, it was a self-imposed code by Hollywood to avoid federal oversight of what they were making. And one of the rules of the code was that bad guys could not win and that movies had to always show that crime does not pay. So I thought that that was a very, very funny little ribbing into the Hays Code. I do think it's absolutely hilarious for the setup of this character to be like, I never want to be with women. I'm a bachelor. And then he wakes up, comes into this room full of women, and they all sing to him.
Yeah, and at this point,
That
I'm
is
like,
very funny.
yes. And at this point, I'm like, wait, why are they singing? Are they just singing because
Right.
this is what we do in this movie? We just do things that doesn't make sense. Yeah, no, that was very funny. That was very funny.
Well, Mrs. Mellon was a performer, and
Yes,
now
she
she
was.
runs this home for them, and so it's kind of like camp, like
Yeah.
You already mentioned it, but taking the clothes out of the suitcase, it's such a simple gag, but I was dying. And I was like, how many clothes are in this suitcase?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely insane. And then I pulled this from the Turner Classic Movies website. This will kind of take place of the Roger Ebert segment of our show later on because he didn't write anything about the movie, although it is said that this was a movie that he very much enjoyed. Okay, so this is from the Turner Classic Movies website. Lewis was so proud of his accomplishment that he posted a sign outside the stage door. This is not a closed set. He even erected bleachers for visitors to watch the shooting. This was the film that Francis Ford Coppola visited, remembers Lewis. Coppola was an intern at Paramount at the time. He was on the set almost every day of the shoot. He loved the set, he loved the girls, he loved the idea, and he was enamored with what I did with the video assist and the shoot. The video assist was a pioneering idea, and Lewis was the first to make use of the technology on the film. Coppola took a video assist into the next generation when he brought video technology into his fledgling Zoetrope Studios decades later. There was no videotape in 1961, but through the placement of monitors around the set, Lewis could see the camera eye while performing. So this, even if you don't like this movie, I do think that this is kind of important in the evolution of American filmmaking because Lewis invents video monitoring, essentially.
Yeah.
And if those words mean nothing to you, I'm very sorry, but that is huge.
Yeah. If you've heard of Video Village, you probably, now it makes more sense, but huge. I'm surprised we didn't learn about this in college, like in my film classes.
Yeah.
Or maybe we did and I forgot. But I usually things are stuck in there, and when we talk about them on our show, it comes back up. But yeah, no, this is like a huge advancement in filmmaking.
Jerry Lewis was, as far as a filmmaker goes, he was incredibly influential on French filmmaking. The French directors absolutely loved him. He very famously was like huge in France. And, the French filmmakers of that time period really helped set a precedence for generations of filmmaking, really. And so, this guy really helped inspire them in a lot of ways. But yeah, again, if you don't like this movie, I do think you should appreciate at least the technical sides of it. Again, Jerry Lewis, really bad guy. We don't need to praise those parts of his life or make excuses. This is a good piece of filmmaking.
Yeah.
Made by a bad person.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our happies and crappies.
It's time for happies and crappies. Happies and crappies. It's time for happies and crappies. Happies and crappies. It's time for...
My happy is just how close this movie comes to being like an all-time great comedy. I think that if it kept up the steam that it had, much like Duck Soup, we said the same thing when we watched Duck Soup. It is so absurdly funny, and then it hits a little bit of a lull, and then it comes back around. I think that this is kind of the same thing. Like, man, that first, I don't know if it's half, I don't know if it's 3/4. It is just on fire. My crappy is when that fire goes out in the soggy middle, the TV part, everything up until Miss Cartilage is just like, it's nowhere near as good as the rest.
Yeah. My happy is the overall set design, like you heard me talk about. And my crappy is just I feel the story's flat. I think the bits are funny, but the story's flat for me.
Do you think we apply the same critique to this that we apply to other movies?
What do you mean? Do you have an example?
Like, does the story matter?
Does the story matter? Well,
here?
Oh, here? Because, like, in general, I feel like you always say, I'm a story guy. I need a good
A
story.
story is everything to me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so is the lack of story the story here.
Oh.
Right?
Good one.
Right, though?
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
to me, I feel the story is, like, that's why I'm having a very hard time. Like, I don't know. Well, spoiler, the rating. I feel like it should have
Yeah.
huge awards in some categories, and then other categories, it's like,
it's a stinker.
Yeah.
So I keep thinking about Looney Tunes because this is so cartoon come to life. And like when I watch, a Looney Tunes short, am I like, oh, the story in that sucked? Or am I just laughing at the funny parts?
Just accepting for what it is.
Yeah. And so, but again, this still falls flat because there are parts of it that are greatly unfunny.
Maybe I would have, no, because there was parts that I didn't find funny, but ending with the lion.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's just a bad ending.
It's a bad ending.
It's
a bad ending.
It would have been better, honestly, like a better ending. You had it already.
Yeah.
He's leaving. Him saying goodbye like 8 different ways. I did think that was very funny.
I also thought that was funny.
It's like, I'm going. When the door closes, I will be gone.
Right. Right. Is this thing on? Yeah.
And then you just have Faye get up and they give the speech and he says, no, my name is Herbie now. And then all the women get up and it's a group hug and it ends.
I would have liked that. That's a good one.
Just super simple.
Super simple. Why'd we bring the baby thing back? The pet back? Like we already had the reveal of the best.
Because we had the payoff and the payoff was funny. I do like that it's the dog and,
You with the big spike collar. I thought that's funny. That's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, hey, we've talked about how we feel about this movie, so now let's hear from some strangers on the internet in a segment that we call Half Star, 3-Star, 5-Star. Half Star, 3-Star, 5-Star. These are reviews from Letterboxd.com, which is a website and an app where you can log, rate, and review movies. We start with a half-star review, which is the lowest rating that you can give a film, and we go all the way up to a 5-star review, which is the highest rating that you can give a film. Now, I read the half-star review in an accent or an impersonation. Michelle, do you have any requests?
Let's hear Jerry Lewis.
Okay, before I do my Jerry Lewis, which I'm going to tell everyone now is not going to be good. Like, I'm just telling you. Do you have a Jerry Lewis? Can you do the voice?
Not really, no. I also haven't been practicing. I mean, no, I don't. I thought about it.
Okay. All right, half-star review for his own film, The Ladies' Man. Read by Jerry Lewis. The dollhouse set design is great, but it doesn't by itself justify the praise this movie gets. This slapstick, sexist comedy is so painfully obnoxious, tiring, and unfunny that I almost fell asleep because of the boredom. The plot of The Ladies' Man is chaotic and incoherent, almost non-existent. It's just Jerry Lewis pushing his stupid shtick to the extremes, being annoying, stretching his face, crossing his eyes, twisting his hair, and screaming for 95 minutes, almost like a toddler after having overdosed on Skibbity Toilet and Coco Melon.
Toddler. Oh, wow. That's good. Good, Jerry Lewis. Very good. Very good.
It's not great, but It's the air of Jerry Lewis.
It's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's not for them, you know? It's not for them. They found it so boring. They couldn't even just stare at the movie and look at what's happening in the background. That did.
And that's kind of what I'll say is the only thing I really take umbrage with is it's just screaming, stretching his face.
No.
Again, not to keep going back here, but explain the Miss Cartilage scene to me then. Please.
Right.
Explain it to me.
Yeah.
Where does that fit into that?
Right.
Explain the dollhouse opening scene.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Put that in any other movie, and it's a masterclass in timing, in syncing the sound to what the ladies. I mean, what a flex!
Oh my God!
To put the different parts of the song to what they're the coordination that has to go on to do that. Please, this is so much more than that.
Yeah.
It's also that, you know, it is a lot of face stretching. I love. If you're listening to this, you can't see it, but I love just like rubbing your face and then like leaving your glasses like cockeyed on your face and be like, "Blah." That's not funny, but it is.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay. 3-star review says, an exceptional production with gorgeous sets and vibrant colors. It's also absolutely not my kind of humor at all. Lewis is very much a human cartoon for better or for worse. He definitely made me laugh from time to time, but I mostly felt exhausted by his antics. It's not bad, but it's not for me. 6.0 out of 10.
I mean, I get the almost exhausted because as this movie was going on, I'm like, man, I would hate to be around a guy like this.
Of course.
I would never want to be around her. Like, I wouldn't, like, these women, they want him around and they find him charming. Like, I'd be so annoyed.
Yeah.
Please go away.
Well, now you know how I feel about The Mask.
No, The Mask is a fun movie.
Okay. That was really me trying to like manipulate you.
No,
I'm like,
absolutely not.
Get her while she's down.
Yeah,
Sneak it in. Sneak in the mask.
No, do not. Nope.
Nope.
No.
But she got me. She caught me.
Nice try.
One day I'll get you to see why I hate that movie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
5-star review says, more valuable than the St. Peter Basilica. It's more valuable than Christmas. More valuable than D-Day.
Did Jerry Lewis write this?
And you know what? I picked that one. Normally I try to pick a good 5-star review, but that one I was like, that is very funny.
Wow.
All right, so we rate things as a movie, schmovie, or a film. We rate it 1 through 5 stars. We give our thoughts on the runtime, if we recommend it or not, and we give a shout out to whatever part of the film's practical filmmaking stood out to us. Now, before we record each episode, we write down a guess of what the other hosts will rate the film, and every time we guess correctly, we get to add a point to our tattoo tally. And whoever has the most points at the end of the year gets to pick a tattoo for the other host that they will then get tattooed on them without knowing what it is first. Currently, Michelle is sitting at 9 points, and I am sitting at 8.
So close.
Michelle, what was your guess for me?
I wrote down 4-star movie.
Very good. Very good.
Double digits, friends.
Yes. Oh, the first of us to get to double digits. Very good.
Woohoo!
And you're out of the danger zone.
I'm out of the danger zone. That's right.
All right. I watched this movie, like I said, last year. I gave it 4 stars then. Really impressed with the hat gag. This time around, in love. And as I'm watching, I'm like, 5-star movie. And then I hit the same wall and I was like, that's right. That's why. And then it just kind of coasts on its way down. And then we get to Miss Cartilage and I'm like, 5-star movie. And then it coasts again. And I'm like, never mind. I have to be realistic here.
Yeah.
And we don't just rate the parts of the movie that we like. So overall, this is still a great movie. I think that everyone should watch this. I don't think that most people are going to really cling to Lewis's style of humor in this movie, but my God, there's so much to look at. And there is so much charm to it. if you're a fan of, the Zucker brothers, if you're a fan of absurd comedy and visual gags, this will delight you, I think. It will probably also annoy you, but you take the good and the bad. As far as practical filmmaking goes.
Wait. This month we're
What?
shouting out a costume. Our favorite look. Okay.
I know that this is like a total cop-out. Well, one, obviously, Miss Cartilage, like every part of it. But then also, I really liked the simple design of Herbert's just red sweatshirt. I felt it really helped make him pop from his surroundings. It was easy to kind of track him throughout each scene without being like super overstated. And it wasn't, they didn't put him like a tuxedo or something. Like, I thought that was really, really, really smart.
Yeah.
But every part of this it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aside from the costumes, practical filmmaking, I would pick the costumes because I feel like the design is a given. Like, what's your favorite part of the practical filmmaking? The 5-story, 2 soundstage consuming dollhouse. Yeah, obviously. So, yeah. Okay, now for you, I am going to guess 4-star movie as well.
That is correct. I was teetering between 3.5. 3.5 just doesn't feel right because while I want to give like all the flowers to the set design and the aesthetics, sometimes I think it's okay for a movie to be rated higher because of those things and for the filmmaking portion of it and the technicality of it. So that is why I'm giving it 4 stars, even though I think the storyline is weak. I thought the runtime was fine. I would recommend this to everyone. I think it's a feast for the eyes, and I think you will get something out of it. Doesn't mean you're there for the comedy or Jerry Lewis per se, but you are definitely going to be. I think there's going to be parts of this where you just can't take your eyes off of the screen because there's so much to watch at all times. Like you, which is really funny. All the costumes are great, but I actually also really liked the red sweater and the gray pants and the Oxford sneakers. I thought the Oxford shoes, I thought that was just like a really good look. And it was just a standout look. So, yeah. And then like it was hard to keep track of all of the dresses, and all of the girls were dressed differently and different colors. There's one scene where 2 women are dancing simultaneously. And I took a picture of it this morning. She has like a taupe sweater on and these blue pants. And then the other girl was wearing like a floral dress. I thought that was great. I really liked those 2 outfits.
Hey, if you really like our 2 outfits, which just so you know, I'm wearing an Agnes Varda t-shirt and Michelle is wearing a shirt that says
LOL, I'm just kitten, and it's got a bunch of kittens on it.
So, hey, if you like our 2 outfits, we'd love it if you give us a rating and a review wherever you are listening. You can also send us an email, moviefriendspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you thought about The Ladies' Man, about Jerry Lewis, Duck Soup. Folks, if you listen to this episode and you haven't listened to other episodes of ours, this was a very reference-heavy episode. We are not normally name-dropping like different movies every single point that we're making. But if you appreciated any of our comparisons, let us know what you thought and let us know what we got wrong. Come on, please correct us. You can also support the show. You can be like James. Don't you want to be like James?
James. Everyone wants to be like James. He's so cool.
You're our best friend, James. Each time I sing it, it's different. Ding, 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 ding,
James. James.
James.
James. James is going to be like, delete membership.
Yes. Everyone's going to be like, I don't want that.
Out of their mouths again.
Why would I want that? But hey, if you want that, patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Come on, folks. Enough is enough. You've listened to this show. We can say 4 years, literally for years now. Okay. We're not some fly-by-night operation. Okay. But we will fly away by tonight if we don't get some new patrons. Just going to tell you, the clock is ticking, folks.
Click, 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 click.
What the heck was that?
Terrible. Again, in my head, it made sense. And then it comes out. It's like, that's not what it
the clock ticking going, cluck, 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 cluck.
It should be tick, 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 tick. As we know, I'm not good with sound effects. Okay, go ahead, continue.
Michelle's like, and then my teapot went off. Arroo!
I'm a cartoon character.
Do you remember sound effects on Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes, remember I had this whole, we did this. Remember we
Yeah.
did it on our show and I couldn't make a sound effect of I asked you how to turn a car on and then I couldn't make that sound. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, enough of the commercials, enough of whatever. Michelle, next week, what's happening? What's going on?
Well, I won't be here, but we will have it's fine. You'll live. You'll have a special guest talking about Funny Face from 1957. That's right. Directed by Stanley Donen. Streaming on Pluto and Hoopla. Hoopla always makes me laugh every time I say it.
Yeah, Hoopla.
Hoopla.
Now, I've never seen this film before.
Oh, that's fun.
Yes. And our guest has also never seen this film before.
Holy moly.
And this will be our first Audrey Hepburn film.
Wow.
On the show. And you're missing it.
Yeah, I've never seen this movie either. Shocker.
Yeah. Are you familiar with Audrey Hepburn?
Of course. Yes.
Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn.
All right. Well, we'll miss you next week.
Thanks. Have fun.
Thanks. You too.
Thanks.
Wait, I can't say thanks because I always say thanks, Michelle.
Oh, thanks, Seth.
Does it bother you that I say thank you at the end of every episode?
We always talk about this.
Yeah, so I always forget.
I'm going to leave it up to mystery. You can decide on my answer for me.
Oh, no. Okay.
And remember, folks.
And wait, now I'm all screwed up. And hey, thank you for listening. And remember, folks, we need you because you're a nice person. And nice persons are needed everywhere. Till next week when we're talking about Funny Face without Michelle. Thank you for listening. Have a good one.
Movie Friends is produced by Seth Vargas and Michelle Rubenstein. Theme music by Jean Marie Vargas. Visit us at our website, moviefriendspodcast.com, and please subscribe and rate our show wherever you are listening. You can support Movie Friends at patreon.com/moviefriendspodcast. Thanks for listening.